Okay, students, we were discussing the primary data observation method. As I have already covered the slide, we would start with the structured versus unstructured observation. The structured observation, in this the researcher specifies in detail what is to be observed and how the measurements are to be recorded. For example, an auditor performing inventory analysis in a store is an example of structured observation. Unstructured observation, here the observer monitors all aspects of the phenomenon that seem relevant to the problem at hand. The example of unstructured observation is observing children playing with new toys. Then comes the disguised versus undisguised observation. A disguised observation is when the respondents are unaware what they are being observed. Disguise may be accomplished by using one-way mirrors, hidden cameras, or inconspicuous mechanical devices. Observers may be disguised as shoppers or sales clerks. The undisguised observation, here the respondents are aware that they are under observation. Then comes the natural versus contrived observation. In natural observation, the observing behavior takes place in an environment. For example, one could observe the behavior of respondents eating fast food in a Burger King. In contrived observation, respondents' behavior is observed in an artificial environment, such as a test kitchen. Thus, we can see that observation methods can be further divided as personal observation, mechanical observation, audit observation, content analysis, and trace analysis. Personal observation, when a researcher observes actual behavior as it occurs. The observer does not attempt to manipulate the phenomenon being observed, but merely records what takes place. The example of personal observation is a researcher might record a traffic count and observe traffic flows in the department store. Mechanical observation do not require respondents' direct participation. The example of mechanical observation means the AC Nielsen odometer or the turnstiles that record the number of people entering or leaving a building. The on-site cameras and the optical scanners in the supermarkets are all the mechanical observation methods. Here, where we require respondents' involvements are the mechanical observation which use eye tracking monitors, pipilometers, psychogalvanometers, voice pitch analyzers, devices measuring response latency. Audit. What is an audit? The researcher collects data by examining physical records or performing inventory analysis. The data that is collected personally by a researcher. This data is based upon counts, usually of physical objects. Retail and wholesale audits conducted by marketing research suppliers were discussed in context of syndicate data. Content analysis. The objective, systematic, and quantitative description of the manifest content of a communication. The unit of analysis may be words, characters, themes, space, and time measures, or the topics. All these are done under the content analysis. Then analytical categories for classifying the units are developed and the communication is broken down according to prescribed rules. Trace analysis. Data collection is based on physical traces or evidence of past behavior. The selective erosion of tiles in a museum indexed by the replacement rate was used to determine the relative popularity of exhibits. The number of different fingerprints on a page was used to gauge the readership of various advertisements in a magazine. The position of radio dials in a car brought in for service was used to estimate share of listening audience of various radio stations. The age and condition of car in a parking lot were used to assess the affluence of customers. The magazines people donated to charity was used to determine people's favorite magazines. Internet visitors leave traces which can be analyzed to examine browsing and usage behavior by using cookies. They all help in analyzing and collecting the data, which is known as trace analysis. So, here we come to the conclusion, and with all this, I thank you for being so patient to go through these slides. Thank you.